Hey, what's happening, people? It's your boy Loco welcoming you to another episode of Game Changers. We're going to be talking to the founders of Appy Monkey Studio today. Now, the studio is part of the India Hero project. So, I'm here with Arjun and Ashwini. Now, you guys are working on this platform called Lokko.
That's right.
So, can you tell us a little more about this game?
So Loco is like a 3D platformer, but it's a slightly different one in which you can actually build your own levels and you can share it with your friends across all platforms which are out there, right? So we're primarily targeting PlayStation 5.
Okay.
But if you're someone who's built on it, you can also share with someone who's got it running on PC or on mobile.
How far into development are you guys?
This year, I think most players will be able to get their hands on it and they will be able to play with it, they'll be able to build with it. And what's most important to us, they'll be able to write to us directly. So inside the game itself, we've got reporting mechanism. So if they like something, they can just write in.
Right.
And it'll go straight to the developers.
How long have you guys been into this and how was your studio founded?
We started in about 2011. So she and I both have like design and teaching backgrounds.
Okay.
So we've been at it for about 15 years now.
Oh.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time.
So we have about 35 apps on the store, and we're educators first.
Okay.
We want kids to learn, but have fun and learn. So I think that is very important for us. And it all started, when one of our kids wanted to learn spelling. So he created an app for her.
Okay.
And it was good enough for her. It's good enough to go out.
Okay.
And that's how the journey. So it was sort of like, oh, how do I learn this, Papa? How do I learn that? We started doing that, and that's how it all started.
How big is the team at Appy Monkeys?
We have seven full-time people. So it's not as big as you would think. We've generally found that having a small multi-purpose team kind of works better.
Okay.
So I think we'll scale up a lot for Loco because obviously there are 3 platforms and Sony standards are very high. So we want to match it by getting the right people in, right?
Also, smaller teams are easier to work with.
Yes.
Because of the coordination.
Coordination, of course.
Also maintaining quality.
Yeah.
Very, very easy to work with. When you scale large, then everyone needs to be trained a particular way in a particular standard. So.
Okay, so what does a day in your lives look like at the studio?
Basically, I do the design and production.
Okay.
She handles the marketing, branding and outreach for schools because a lot of our apps and games actually get used by schools.
Yes.
I think a couple of months ago, we went to a school where we did a full user test of Loco. So that is basically 13-year-olds working with your game, working with PS5 controllers on mobile, and whatever feedback we're getting from them, it kind of works its way into the game.
Okay.
So whatever we are doing with these workshops in school, we want to kind of do it for our PlayStation audience.
I was interested in knowing about how this whole India Hero project integration came about.
We had been in development with Loco for about 3 years now, and we had it initially working on mobile. We kind of showed it to Sony.
Okay.
Sony's India Hero project is right now in India being led by Sujit.
Okay.
And he came, played through the game, and he said that, look, this will work nicely on console as well. Why don't you guys try it out? And they sent us a dev kit, which is basically Sony's hardware for making sure that thing kind of works, right?
Yes.
And once we started working with the dev kit, we kind of realized that this thing actually works really well with PlayStation 5. And they're quite keen to make sure that it works across all 3 platforms, which was surprising for us because we used to always think PlayStation 5 are these, AAA games.
Right.
We're a very small studio. There's no way we will be able to do this. But I think there was a lot of encouragement and support from them. And that actually made it possible for us to push it in the direction of making it what it is, right? Like this guy is kind of gold standard right now in the studio.
So I have to ask, what does play mean to you?
Play, I feel, is such an integral part of you as a child and even as an adult.
Right.
The versions of play keep changing.
Yes.
But it has to, in a way, touch your soul, touch your mind. It has to be creative enough. And at the end of the day, you should feel that you've done and achieved something.
Right.
So for me, I think it's just that feeling you get where you kind of lose yourself, where you're just getting delighted.
Right.
And in some rare moments, you have this feeling of awe, like, wow.
What am I saying?
So those moments are what you kind of wait for.
Yeah.
But just that feeling of having something respond to you when you're playing and you're having fun, you're trying to beat something or you're competing with someone, I think it's kind of built into us. It does stuff that other mediums can't. Like I love watching movies, but any movie is largely a linear experience, right?
Yeah.
But games is you're changing stuff as you're doing it and the world changes with you.
Yeah.
So that for me is like the most amazing thing about games, right?
Is there a release date that you guys have in mind?
We are shooting for this year.
This year.
Okay.
So we do have an internal release date. I think you'll see it this year sooner rather than later is all that I can tell you.
Okay.
Because we're going for beta, we do want to get it out fast.
Okay.
Like there's a burning urgency to get it down fast, right? So this year, definitely for sure.
So you guys should definitely check out Loco. And while you're at it, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. See ya.
PlayStation